India is an adventurous paradise. You head out for a holiday, which quickly turns into a survival situation. A dream turns into a nightmare.
I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm lost.
Shelter, water, and food become a priority. A fire to keep you warm. But how? I'm Chandan Lahiri from OTA Survival School. I'll give you some tips and show you some tricks to use in a self-reliant situation. Do not think problems can only happen to other people. It can happen to you. This is my camp. I've just come back. I'd gone for a little stroll down this trail. There's a little peak a little further up. I climbed that peak and I came back. And what I have here is a trail map. The trail map is essentially from camp to the peak. What is the route I took? So that if I need to go there again, I already have the route and I have all the intermediate points between here and the peak. Intermediate points which are recognizable, a cliff face for instance, or a broken tree trunk. I've got a termite mound, I've got a grass meadow, and the distance it took from one point to the other. For instance, from the campsite to the broken tree trunk, it took me 30 steps. From the broken tree trunk to the termite mound, it was 100 steps. And not only that, 100 steps in which direction. So if I went left, I drew it left, then I had to take a switchback, I drew that, so on and so forth, all the way. And I got a waterfall, I crossed a pond, I crossed a cliff face, I crossed a grass meadow. All that is on my trail map. This will help me because in case I need to go back there again, I know how to go because I already have it mapped out. The other advantage is, if you're in a group and only some members of the group have gone down this trail, and there's a water source, for instance, there's a pond nearby, and somebody who has not gone down that trail needs to go to fetch water, all you have to do is give them this trail map. And once they have this trail map and they follow it, 30 steps to the tree trunk, 100 steps to the termite mound, 20 steps to the fork, 75 steps to the waterfall, they reach the water source. All they have to do is follow the trail map and they won't get lost. And very often in a jungle like this, you can get disoriented very quickly. There have been cases of people who have left their campsite, walked maybe 20 yards to relieve themselves. When they look back, it looked entirely different, and in trying to get back to camp, they got entirely lost. You don't want that. So if you have a trail map, it makes life far more easy for you and for somebody else who might be part of your group, and they need to go out for whatever reason, either to go back to that peak that I went to, or to find water, or to go to that waterfall, or just to take a stroll and look at the countryside. If they have a trail map, life will become so much easier. So learn how to draw a trail map, and the best way to do that is by counting your steps. If you count your steps, the other person would know how many steps to that next location. And what you have to do before you start drawing up your trail map is orienteer it. So if you see, the first thing I've got in the top right corner is the direction of north, and that's where my campsite is. And that's north. That's northwards. What I also have is on this side, which is the westward side, is the hillside, and the eastward side is the valley side. That's also very clearly marked. And all the other locations that we cross on the way, mark it on your map so that it becomes very useful and it helps you to orient yourself and not to get lost. Learn to make a trail map and use it every time you head out into the wilderness. Learn to adapt, improvise, innovate, and overcome. To learn more tips and tricks, visit this site. I'm Chandan Lahiri, and I hope to see you soon at the OTA Survival School. Leave nothing but footprints. Bring back nothing but memories.